That was the origin of Gyration according to the Gospel of 21 Week. You know, so
Great.
and then because because I be jack of all trades, I know the day one place.
I know.
Remember, I started from writing, then I moved to comedy, stand-up comedy. Those days in Lagos, every weekend we get shoot now. We must go somewhere, go talk. If we don't get event, we will begin look for where person die or where person where them the wed. We they read newspaper that time, they look for obituary. We find we look this one, we say, no, this one better not go there. This kind of person, they don't cook better food here. You get the kind of obituary where you see, you go know
Yeah.
whether drink go dey there well or whether they don't go serve well.
Yeah.
So now, so you get one where we reach, we thought it was a wedding. Unfortunately for us, it was a burial. And they said before they serve us anything, you must cry. So yeah, my guys, now we had to cry. We started crying before they gave us food.
DJ Paco Rich.
Okay, people, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Paco Rich, popularly known as Mazi. Some they call me Otumba, some they call me Siriki, some they call me Igwe, some they call me Ize. I mean, I respond to all these beautiful names because it's been given to me by my favorite people all the way from the green, white, and green country, Nigeria. And today, we are moving to the Queensland in UK, and we are going to have a very interesting conversation with one or two of your very own people in Nigeria. Yes, I'm sure people are watching across Africa. Yes, across the world. I mean, a lot of people watching from the US, UK, Spain, Italy, and everywhere in the world. But we are here to discuss something interesting, tell you about an event that is coming on in UK. Yes, London to be precise. And so I have a legend here in the house. We're going to speak to him. He's going to tell us a lot about himself and what we should expect on that night. Because, music is the food for the soul. And his kind of music he does, you need to hear him. He's the man we call Gyration man. Anything Gyration. I went online and everything I keep seeing about him is Gyration. And it's not as if it is now that he started talking about Gyration. Not be now. This man, it would shock you that he used to be an actor. I don't know if he still acts. Somewhere in 1997. Mr. Tony was on our screen with Kenneth Okonkwo. And I'm sure he's surprised hearing this. Today he will act. And that tells me how he's so active on his music videos. He directs his music videos himself. He's an amazing man, and we are going to speak to him. You will love him. He's a politician too. I'll ask him a few things about, his political life and what he thinks about the recent uprising in Nigeria, protest and all that, what he also thinks about. And we talk about general music stuff here. And so, guys, I introduce to you the dual call, Mr. Joseph and Tony, 1 week. Bye, brother,
Hello,
how you doing?
We are fine.
Hello, everybody.
Great.
Yeah.
Uncle Tony, it's a pleasure having you, seeing you face to face here. I have read so much about you. You are a great man to reckon with. You've done a lot for yourself, and then when it gets to the Nigerian music scene, there is a lot to read about you, and I really, really appreciate it. Welcome to my platform.
Thank you so much, my brother.
And also to address my brother. My brother Joseph is a social media manager. He's live in the UK. He connects me to all my, all the interviews in UK, in London. And so he's also welcome to the platform.
Thank you. Peace.
Beautiful. Okay, so Uncle Tony, I made few research about you. I saw a couple of stuffs, which I'm sure yourself, it's been very long that you saw this. I saw this flyer. Look at it. 21 week, Gyration Master. What really informed this tagline, Gyration? What is the whole meaning of gyration?
Okay, Gyration, first of all, let me appreciate you for this opportunity to relate with my fans
Yeah.
and then, get to meet new people. The business is so dynamic now that
Yeah.
it's not like what it used to be before.
Yeah.
So every opportunity like this is well cherished. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate the social media group, beside you. Yeah, gyration. Gyration is it dates back to my years in the higher institution. Gyration is the music of the Kegais Club. It's the music of the Palm Wine Drinkers Club, right? Palm Wine Drinkers Club. In 1962, a club was formed in the University College of Ibadan by Wole Soyinka, this Professor Wole Soyinka, who was then a student there, and a few friends of his, Shego Adeshina, and some of other colleagues. So they just formed the association so that girls and guys can come together and judge or play the drums, the local drums, and be happy. So that was the origin of the Kegais Club. That's what they call it now, Kegais Club. So it's present in most universities in Nigeria, right? So most higher institutions in Nigeria. So I became a member of the Kegais Club in 1986 when I was studying in the Federal Polytechnic, Oko, in Anambra State. And while I was a member, I was very good with the drums, and I was also good in singing. And in the Kegais parlance, we call our singers songitos, songito. So if you sing, we call you a songito. If you play the drums, we call you a drumito, right? And those days we used to bastardize church songs. We just take a song from the church and we rewrite it and we sing it to suit ourselves and as we enjoy ourselves. We use the Palm Wine Drinkers Club as it was called, many years before we joined. We used Kegais Club as something we used to pass time. And most people mistook us for what they call in Igbo, Ogbuoge, Ndi Ogbuoge. People who don't people who don't study. So but
Yeah.
as it is, that was when the love for music was like becoming stronger and stronger in me. So being a songito and a drumito, the moment I left school and went for my youth service, I became very, very active in the camp. I went to Ede camp. I served in Ibadan, your state. So after that, I made the first song, the first medley, Gyration. So gyration music is not totally original to me, but I decided to make my own genre out of that Kega gyration because in Kega gyration we played with the local drums,
Yeah.
but in mine I introduced the English instruments. I brought in the bass guitar, the drum, the proper drums, and I gave it the energy that I felt to make it better. And then I wrote my own original songs. But because of the dynamism of my own debut, the initial gyration that I made in 1998, everybody became a fan. The whole world. There's nowhere, especially in Nigerian parties in the world, anywhere in the world that you go to a Nigerian party and they do not play generation music according to 21 week. So I just needed to give you a background of the word that you asked, gyration. Gyration, if you Google gyration, you probably get a kind of movement, you know, a kind of it's movement, energy. It has a lot of, it gyrates to the rhythm of a beat. So we call gyration music, guides music, and wine drinkers music. You know, yeah,
Very well explained, and I would want to go to my brother Joseph and also ask him. I mean, you lived in Nigeria, and so 21 Week extremely well than I
Yes.
do. I mean, you introduced him to me. What would you say is his kind of music, or what's the impact is his music bringing into the scene? Looking at the other genres that or other kind of music that we have in Nigeria, from your experience.
From my experience, I could remember in during that time he released that album, Gyration. That music went mental everywhere because during that time, that was the time Nigerian music was at Afrobeat you are hearing today was at infant. Actually, then he is, in fact, one of the biggest artists in Nigeria then. During their own time, he's one of the A-list artists because because those days they used to invite those American musicians, they do all those things. He is the one of the A-list actors. So during his time, that music was top of the list. So I think I was in my teenager in my 20s during that time, but gyration music was everywhere. Was everywhere. So now that music is evolving, it look as if gyration music, because I've not seen a lot of like other people picking it up. It still remains his with his signature, the way he have left gyration music today.
Well, Uncle Tony, I would like to also ask you this question. I mean, when I look
sure,
at
sure.
your collections of songs that you have Gyration Reloaded, No Tension, Today Not Today, Everybody Gyrates, Kem Kem, Conqueror, Ife Diama, Play, Gyrates Again, Chinolo, Honorable Member, 10 by 10, Enjoy Time, Happy, Holy Pass. The list is quite tall. I mean, if I should mention all the list of songs that you have done, it's quite tall. I would like to know, in all this song, how many years did you use to achieve all these collections of songs you have?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. Wonderful question. Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. Pretty much means they do everything. Just everything. I feel day here. I'm a restless soul, restless spirit. I feel day here now. I go begin feel like say, no, this place. I go tired. I go move. That's why, to be honest with you, I started as a writer.
Okay.
I started as a writer. As at 1996, I was already earning money. I was writing scripts, movie scripts, and I was being paid very well.
Wow.
I wrote this. I don't know if you have if you have watched the movie called Narrow Escape.
I know Narrow Escape. I mean, we watched it when we were young. It was one of our
Narrow
favorite
Escape. I'm a
movies.
writer. That's
Yes.
my story. That's my screenplay.
Yeah,
I actually co-produced it with
and I,
Andy Best.
and I also read somewhere that you also had something to do with a movie called Betrayal.
Yeah. Betrayal Part Two. Well, it
Yeah.
was while we were writing Betrayal Part Two actually that the music aspect of me, was activated
Wow.
because we were in a hotel in Surulere with our chairman then, Amaco Investments, and
Yeah.
because I am prolific, I write, like very well.
Yeah.
So we will discuss the scenes I'll write. We will discuss the scenes I'll write.
Yeah.
So while we were writing, a certain guy, Stanley Okorie,
Yeah.
Stanley
Okoye.
was an artist too, a
Yeah.
musician, but he was doing soundtrack, more of soundtrack then.
Yeah. He's a
So
gospel artist, right?
he's a gospel artist, but
Yeah.
then he hadn't gotten into full blown gospel. But he now did one gospel song titled "Goodness of God."
Yeah.
So I didn't know. He actually came in, and our chairman gave him a check for 300,000 naira. So and when he left, we saw him write the check and give him. So when he left, I asked the chairman, Gabriel Moses, you just gave this guy 300,000 for what? He laughed. He said, yeah, his music is selling now. So I said, chairman, in that case, I'll give you music now. so, so he started laughing. He said, Tony, are you now a musician? I thought you are just a writer, So we shot Evil Men in Enugu State. While we were editing Evil Men, Amako Investments, Gabriel Moses now reminded me, God uses people to activate. He said, Tony, Shebi, you said you will give me music. Well, I was holding the music now. That was when I now went to the studio. I actually collected the balance that he was owing me, about 15,000 naira. And somebody was also owing me 25,000. So imagine the amount of money I was earning doing all that work of going to writing, going to shoot, doing production manager. And then this guy just comes and gets 300K. I started writing gospel music and went to the studio. When I went to the studio, I tried so hard. The whole things I wrote couldn't enter one side of cassette. Those days we used to do cassette.
A and B.
Yeah.
Side A and side B.
Side B.
Yeah.
So I was writing gospel because Stanley played gospel and was giving this type of money. So, but even as I was writing it, I was still writing it with my own character.
Yeah.
You think, say, you get power. Make you try Jesus, you go power.
Yeah.
If Jesus now my only juju, you go climb this mountain, I go jump this fence.
Yeah.
All those ones were the ones I wrote and took to the studio. Right? Person where they go from church to church, I was writing all those things. Then I went to the studio, and funny enough, the whole money I went to was able to pay for 2 sessions only.
Yeah.
So I had finished 1 session. We were 2 a.m. We were inside the second session, midway, because by 6 in the morning, my 2 sessions would have expired. By 2 a.m., I had exhausted my songs. One side had not been done. So they now advised me to go and come back. I said, go and come back. With which money? Where will I get the money to come back? This was 1998. So I now spontaneously, I now said, please give me pen and paper. So they were like, pen and paper for what? I said, let me write something now so that we can sing. One of them said, his name is Rasta. He said, you think saying so music easy? All of us never be musicians. So, and then Johnson Davidson of Blessed Memories, bless his soul, he's late now. Johnson Davidson, that was my producer. He told them, give him pen and paper now. So they now got me pen and paper, and to the glory of God, I wrote 6 pages. 6 pages. To cut the long story short, these 6 pages are the 6 pages of the songs that you know me today with.
Wow.
Those 6 pages, we had everybody gyrate. When trouble come your way, everybody run away. On 1 December, no remember. All those songs. Those were the songs. So, and that taught me that the best things in life are free. That taught me that, see, I now had to reach back because I was stuck, I was choked. I now went back to my Kegite years and started writing and started formulating and started doing things like When Trouble Come Your Way is totally original. It's my song. So that was the origin of Gyration according to the gospel of Tony 1 week. So and then because I be jack of all trades, I know the day one place.
I know.
Remember, I started from writing, then I moved to comedy, stand-up comedy. Those days in Lagos, every weekend we get shoot now. We must go somewhere, go talk. If we don't get event, we will begin look for where person die or where person where them the wed. We they read newspaper that time. They look for obituary. We find it. We look this one. We say no, this one better not go there. This kind person, they don't cook better food here. You get the kind of obituary where you see. You go know
Yeah.
whether drink go dey there well or whether they don't go serve well.
Yeah.
So you get one where we reach. We thought it was a wedding. Unfortunately for us, it was a burial. And they said before they serve us anything, you must cry. So yeah, my guys, now we had to cry. We started crying before they gave us food. So from comedy, I had a TV show on Minaj, MBI. If you remember, if you know me that time, I had a show
Yeah.
called Our House.
Yeah.
Our
Yes.
House was a very solid, one of the best TV shows then. Most of these
Yeah.
comedians you see, Julius Albu, Oke Bakase, even Mr. Ibu used to come to my house in Surulere and wait for me. We will eat in my house, then we go to the show. Then he wasn't popular. Nobody knew him. I discovered Dauda when I shot Hooligans. If you remember the comedian called Dauda, I was
Yeah, I
the
know
one that
that.
wrote him. I wrote him into Hooligans because he was one of my boys. He was in Oko. I had left the school many years after. He now came to Oko and became a member of the Kegais Club. So when he reached out to me, I wrote him into the script and called him from youth service. And he came and he acted that role, Dauda. He was called Dauda in the movie too. When he acted like a paraplegic and
Yeah.
himself, okay, Bakasi, myself were in the movie. So I was making movies, I was writing movies, I started directing. I directed a lot of movies. And then while I was still making movies, I went into music.
He's here. He's going to tell us more about the show. It's called A Gyration Night with 21 Week, and he's performing live. And when I say he's performing live, you understand that the man is performing live. Now, I have seen his energy, his level of energy in his music video. The way he shakes his body and dance. And to go for a show and have a good experience, a good performance, and a good day, you need a good performer. Remember, there are people that are just recorders. They go into the studio and produce music, but they cannot perform it. I have seen Tony perform in music videos very well. I'm yet to witness his stage performance. I don't know if Brother Joseph, you've witnessed his shows live before.
Yes. During the time that the Nigerian breweries were doing their national tour in the mid 90s or late 90s or to early 2000. Yes, I've witnessed it. It's electric.
So then let's ask Tony himself, where do you gather all this energy from? Because some people are with the school of thoughts that everybody that goes on stage to perform with a lot of energy, maybe probably is on some drugs or something else. What is the secret behind? Somebody will say maybe when I eat good ogbono soup or something like that, he has all the energy to perform. What is your story?
Well, like I said, I'm a social drinker and I don't smoke. I like to, if I want to go on for a show, I like to just drink water, and so that I'll be myself. I switch myself on, and I can switch myself off. So it depends on where I am. If I have the need to be active, I activate myself and I become active. I don't need to take any form of drug or anything that will make me, high. No, because if I do that, I might not even, give a good account of myself. I'm always conscious of, my environment, and I want to do it right. I want to do it right. I want to do it in such a way that everybody will appreciate what I'm doing. You should have told me to go vertical like this. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If you had told me that's how my camera should have been.
yeah, yeah,
Is it
yeah.
better now?
Yeah, it's better now. You look fit in there. All right. And so, to ask you also about the show that is coming on the 9th of August. I mean, the show.
Yeah. We have a show on Friday. On
Yes.
Friday night at the 042 Lounge in North London. That's where it's happening. And I urge everybody to come to attend. If you are watching me, please share the news and invite everybody you know, both Africans and non-Africans. Let's come together. Let's enjoy ourselves. These days where people they die for doing nothing. So you need to like enjoy yourself. Gyration is also a form of exercise. People that come to my shows, they get to jump up and down, sweat a bit, it will be a good time out for people. I can assure you. There are other performances, from Baba Lotija, DJ J Master, and, a few other guys that are on the bill, with me. So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate my interviewers, for this opportunity to be on the show today. 21 Week has come back. 21 Week is back in full. I'm going to be, doing a whole lot, from now on, because I know that my fans want me to, continue performing.
Well, before we wrap up with you, the one more question that I also want to ask is that you have seen the new generation, some of the heights they are chopping, I mean, you people started the journey and they are also doing amazing well. The likes of BurnaBoy, Davido, and Wizkid. What honestly do you share about their successes? I mean, BurnaBoy is filling stadiums and all that. When you see this stuffs like this, how do you feel as somebody that's paved the way for these younger generations?
When I see them, I feel good. I feel good because it's just like when I see my own son, doing well in school. I feel very happy. I feel very happy because it's just by God's grace. Like I said, I left music myself in 2011.
Yeah.
And to think that from 2011 to 2023, I'm still, people still want to watch me, sing. So it's also grace. I just feel that the blessings is progressive. After BurnaBoy, after their set, there will still be a new set.
Yeah.
It's dynamic. What you pray for as an artist is to live forever in your music.
Yeah.
You understand? Living forever means that God gives you a hit or two that or 10 that forever and ever people will be playing it and enjoying it. That's the beauty of being an artist. So when I see BurnaBoy, last December actually, I was on the same stage with him
Wow.
at I think DJ Obi's house. There's one place in Oniru in Lagos. I had a performance. I had actually finished my own performance and wanted to go, but the organizers came to me and begged me to, stay back. BurnaBoy is my number one fan. He wants to see me. So I waited when he came back. We were all on stage again. They insisted that I perform again.
That's beautiful.
So the video is online, and he was there. KC was there. His brother E Money, Sabinus the comedian, who were all there. So the beauty of this whole thing that everybody was like, OG, I'm the OG before the IG.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect from, these young ones.
That's
And I respect them too,
that's
and I pray that, the legacy is sustained. because my own set, the kind of money in the business today was not there
Yeah.
when we were, you know,
Yeah.
very, very active, but who says, who says we cannot continue being active for the rest of our lives?
Okay.
I can be singing till I'm 100 years. You can't you see Michael Jagger? Michael Jagger, because of Go 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 Go, everybody can see him today now.
Yeah.
So music
Yeah.
is like that. As long as you are alive and God has given you the talent and the voice, you will continue making music and making people happy. All right. So I intend to play music till I'm 101. That's my intention. And for people out there that are my fans, I appreciate you. God will keep you for me.
So I would like you to re-echo the details of the show that you are performing in London. The details, the venue, the rates, and the time.
Okay. Okay. The first show is on Friday. Friday night at the 042 Lounge. 042 Lounge is in North London. Yeah, the flyer is there. That's the flyer you're looking at. So you can go to Eventbrite, to buy your tickets. Or if you can't, if you get to the venue, you can still buy your ticket. It starts by 9 or 8 o'clock, and then till 4 a.m. The next one will be in Leicester City, on Saturday the 10th, and it's still at night. So people watching me from Leicester, from anywhere in UK, please, if you are even in Africa, you can share this
Sure.
message to your people. It's not much. It's, I think, £15, to come and gyrate
Sure.
with me and then
Yes.
some other artists that will be performing. Yeah.
Mm.
And also to Uncle Joseph, you are in UK, so what are you telling your people? What should they do? They have to go to the event. Tell them something.
Yes, I'm just encouraging everyone to just troop out in numbers and make that event a blast. Let's go out
It'll be
and
a wonderful
enjoy
experience.
ourselves.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And then
yes.
there is one more thing I would like to ask Uncle Tony. I realize you have an energetic song for Super Eagles, and undoubtedly that tells me that you love Super Eagles. Super Eagle, they're your heart here like that. In their recent
Yes.
performances, how does it make you feel? Because you made songs that when Super Eagle wins, these songs would be played, and now they are not winning for your songs to be played. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed because I traveled to Cote d'Ivoire. I was at Cote d'Ivoire. We had a show for the Eagles, and I saw the players, most of them, and spoke to them, encouraged them. But unfortunately, I actually made a song, Super Eagles, the champion,
Yeah,
because of that event for them.
yeah,
And unfortunately, they did not carry the cup. But silver is still good. I mean, even though as a sportsman, I took it like the sportsman I am.
yeah,
Myself, I
Yeah.
played soccer. I played soccer while I was in the Federal Polytechnic, Oko. Anybody that knew me from 1986 to 1991, I was the top striker for the school team. And we
wetin
went
Tony no
for,
go fit do? Wetin Tony no go fit do?
you don't see the jack now. I was the
That-
top striker. Everybody sabi me for school. Oh. I was very, very popular. Oko, if you
Yeah.
go to Oko, uh, I played nine. I scored a lot of goals. We were on at the Pepsi Cola Championships. I was a sportsman, a true sportsman. So I took it like the sportsman. And then I hear, and then the Finidi resigned. Finidi is a good friend too.
yeah,
He resigned, and then they brought. I heard they brought somebody, a Malian, or somebody from Mali. Because if I say Malian now, it could be like Naira Mali.
They promoted.
By the way, I love every Nigerian musician,
yeah,
including Naira Marley, including everybody.
yeah,
These guys, all of them have been wonderful.
yeah,
Everybody has contributed
yeah, yeah,
something to the
yeah,
industry,
yeah, yeah.
and let
Yeah.
us appreciate talent. It's important. Let's not be quick to condemn people. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There is
So
there.
please turn up, turn up, turn up.
Sure,
Everybody
sure,
should turn
sure,
up
sure,
on
sure.
Yeah.
Friday.
So UK people, I'm personally inviting you, especially to my Ghanaian fans in the UK. It's a Gyration night with 21 Week. This is a live performance. You need to be there on the 9th of August at the 042 Lounge.
Yes, so
Yes.
Ghana
So,
people, how I go speak? Make I invite Ghana people in your language.
can you speak any Ghanaian language? Do you understand any Ghanaian language?
No, Asemne Kasiaba.
As someone will be sounding
Wait, I don't even know. Although you get one song where I did sing that time, will be for Ghana the right time. Although something like that.
Yeah. That's
You can look up my repertoire. If you see Odo Yewu, you can play it and you hear Ghana. I try to speak some Ghana there.
All right, that's beautiful. Okay, guys, so that's been a section with 21 Week. We've all enjoyed ourselves. Brother Joseph has enjoyed himself. We definitely come back with another episode. We are here to educate people, to inform, and also entertain you as well.
Make try and give you my number. Make you call me immediately. So I'll talk.
Make I call you. Make I take my number so that because I don't mind. My number is on the internet, so. Yeah. Okay. Let me give you my number.
Okay. All right. Has it cut? Has it ended?
Okay. Let me cut the recording and then